Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading for lovely Libras today, feeling not quite so lovely actually, which I'll get into in a second. You're always lovely. Listen, you're a mood, that's all. So Libras and cross watchers, hi, and people watching for Libra placements. If you would like to like the video, if you enjoy it, if you find it resonates, that would be really good feedback for me and really help out the channel. So thank you if you choose to do that. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. That's really helpful and I love to see you here. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you'll be interested in doing so, it really helps out the channel. I am trying to get to 500 subscribers because that will allow me to access community tools to communicate better with you guys. So I'd really like to be able to do that, but no pressure. So Libras, I try to come into your reading clean because I'm a Libra. I've got quite a few Libra placements. So I do sometimes worry about bringing in my own energy into a Libra reading and basically reading for myself. And then I start to get other things and then I question it. I'm like, is this for me? Is this not for me? So I did kind of like a big psychic energy dump in that full moon reading, storytime reading that went up yesterday for when you see this video. That was really just like a big spiritual cleanse of all the intuitive messages that I've been getting in the past couple of weeks, which has been some heavy energy. I don't know if you're also feeling that. Scorpio season, Scorpio being quite a penetrative sign, has really been doing a number on a lot of people, I'm noticing. And with the full moon as well, I feel like it's been a lot. But like I say, try to get all that out in that reading. So I'm coming into your reading fresh, but there is a bit of an echo of it. So let's see what you have here. So you've got 3 songs already. I'm just trying to find them and pull them up. I'm actually going to pause while I find the first one. Hold on. Also, it was 0202 on the timestamp, so 22 could be significant for you. So what I'm getting, Libra, is that you are just doing your own thing, living your best life. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work for the past couple of years of basically Libra's a people-pleasing sign. Libra likes to not rock the boat, to bend over backwards for other people as long as it keeps the situation in balance. So I feel like you care a lot about what other people think, what other people need, and sometimes your own needs take a bit of a back seat, but you feel a little bit like you're doing your own thing a little bit more now. Like you're worrying less about what other people think of you, you're worrying less about what other people want from you. It's like you don't owe anything to anyone is kind of what you seem to be realizing. So going out, doing your own thing, and people being critical of it, people not liking that. So I don't know if you've got some gossip or naysayers or haters around you. You're coming through like Shake It Off vibes by Taylor Swift, even though that's not one of the songs that came out, but it's the same kind of thing. So the first song that you got was Bitches These Days by Olivia O'Brien. You tell me that you love me when you see me at a party, and then I turn around and see you whisper to somebody. You look in my direction, looking like you've got a secret, but your friends don't really care about you. They ain't gonna keep it. You comment on my photos thinking that I don't know. You're telling all the girls that I'm such a stupid hoe. You're way too pretty to be so mean. Baby, I don't care if you don't like me. Just don't be fake. Say it to my face. What the fuck is up with bitches these days? So sorry, it is a bit of a sweary one. Held your hair when you were throwing up and stayed with you outside the club. When you were doing bumps inside, you know I didn't tell anyone. Didn't care when you told me you effed my ex until you went and did the same thing to the next and the next and the next. I guess I got it all wrong. Maybe I'm a dumb blonde. Could have sworn you told me that you cried to all my sad songs. So yeah, it's like somebody who's acting like your friend, but they're not your friend, right? They're like bitching behind your back. So I do think you know about this. I think you've got, you've realized, some people are just low vibrational. It's not your fault that they're projecting onto you, right? It's not your fault that they feel so threatened by you, that they don't feel good enough because you're doing so well and you're so beautiful and you're so lovely and everybody loves you. And like, they have insecurities that they've not dealt with because they've not done the shadow work that they're projecting onto you, right? That's not your fault. That's not your problem. They need to go and do the shadow work, right? So you're taking the high road, which is your next song. So it's High Road by Kesha. And you really do. You just feel like you're moving on and living your own best life, basically. I'm just trying to find the song. High Road. There it is. I'm just pulling it up with the lyrics. So High Road by Kesha. I'm taking the high road. High as hell. It's a lot of swearing. That the bastards, I wish you well. Got me laughing. I ain't losing no sleep. I'm taking the high road. So high up. You can try though, but you can't touch. I'm laughing. I ain't losing no sleep. I'm taking the high road. So the word bitch again. I'm sorry. Bitch. Hey. Or BITC, hey, I'm that B you love to hate. Straight talk, that's straight to my bank. So aggressive, passive aggressive, delete the message and pass me a beverage. Oh good God, what the hell have I done? All in the name of good, clean fun. You think I'm crazy, you think I'm dumb. Could a dumb write in number one? Woo! Kesha, now spell my name. Ove, okay, I hope you have a blessed day. So pretentious, so damn pretentious. Yeah, so it kind of repeats a little bit, but it's that energy, right? It's that energy of like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just going out having fun. You know, anyone who's going to hate me, you know, delete the message. Don't worry about it. You know, it really is like, whatever, you know? And really, the next song as well is really saying, it's not my job to worry about how you perceive me. So you've got Not My Responsibility by Billie Eilish. Not my response. So I do I do recommend you go and listen to these songs, because it's about time, Libra, that you stepped into this energy, I want to say. And people don't like it. And they're like, you're still getting that thing of like people saying that you're the bad guy or criticizing you or, you know, like trying to knock you down when you're just, basically all you're doing is not bending over backwards for everybody else anymore and just doing, you know, putting yourself first, which isn't a bad thing. So Not My Responsibility by Billie Eilish. Do you know me? Really know me? You have opinions about my opinions, about my music, about my clothes, about my body. Some people hate what I wear. Some people praise it. Some people use it to shame others. Some people use it to shame me. But I feel you watching, always, and nothing I do goes unseen. So while I feed your stares, your disapproval, or your sigh of relief, if I lived by them, I'd never be able to move. Would you like me to be smaller, weaker, softer, taller? Would you like me to be quiet? Do my shoulders provoke you? Does my chest? Are my stomach, my hips, the body I was born with, not what you wanted? If I wear what is comfortable, I'm not a woman. If I shed the layers, I'm a slut. You've never seen my body, and yet you still judge it, and you judge me for it. Why? We make assumptions about people based on their size. We decide who they are. We decide what they're worth. I hate that. The idea of a human having worth. Like we all have worth, but like placing a value upon people. I mean, that happened a while ago, and it was something we did that was really bad, that began with a big S, right? So yeah, you can't put a value on a soul. If I wear more, if I wear less, who decides what that makes me, what that means? Is my value based only on your perception, or is your opinion of me not my responsibility? So I love it, Libra. Yeah, you're like, people's opinions of us aren't our responsibility. You can be the best person in the world and people will still criticize it, right? You can do one thing and people will criticize it. So you do another thing and people still criticize it. So it's like, why not just do what you want? So I like it. I like the energy that we're starting the reading with, and let's get into it. So I'm going to ask, how are you viewing the situation? What is hidden from you? What do you not know? And what is Spirit's advice for you? So how is Libra viewing their own situation? I don't know if your songs are going to come out in the reading. We may get something completely different. I am sensing this energy of like, we don't want to focus on that though, right? So it's like we've addressed it. We've moved on from it. You know, we're aware that it's happening, that those, you know, people are jealous. But, I mean, I don't know why anyone would be jealous of me, because listen, I'm my own worst critic. But, you know, for those of you where this is happening, it's like you're aware of it. You know what people are doing. You know they're watching you. You know they're judging you. You're just gonna ignore it and just kind of keep on doing what you're doing, right? Take the high road, not sink down to their level and kind of like play their game. It's like, that's not Libra's way. So it's like, well, I feel like there's good stuff. If people are kind of getting a bit catty towards you, it's probably because there's good stuff that you're engaged with that they're jealous of, right? There's something for them to be jealous of. So I think this reading is probably going to be focusing on where you're going, what you're doing, what the road ahead is, and we're just going to kind of like forget about those forgettable people. Those low vibrational forgettable people. Let's move on. Libra. We can't move on. They keep coming. Keep on coming and they don't stop coming. Okay. All right, you might have to, you're, like I say though, you're aware of it, right? You're aware of it. Hostilities. Fucking hell. We're going to have a sweary reading, Libra. Okay, it's all right. Universe is going to take care of it. You know, we are projecting good karma into the world. We're being high vibrational. People who are engaging in low vibrational, bad karma activities, you know, the world's going to deal, the universe is going to deal with it, right? The universe handles our problems. Send it upstairs or downstairs, whichever way, whoever you're dealing with right now. That was a joke based on yesterday's reading. Okay, what's the blind spot? What does Libra not know? What does Libra not see? They're showing me the Queen of Swords. So they're giving me a joke. It's like, no, Libra sees everything. Libra doesn't have a blind spot. No, Libra knows. If they're ignoring it, right, no, right, Libra sees everything. This is the message that I'm getting intuitively because they're showing me the Queen of Swords. Libra knows. Libra sees everything. And if you think Libra doesn't know, it's because they're ignoring it. Right? They're just not engaging with it. What does Libra know but is pretending not to know? What does Libra know but is pretending not to know? What is Libra ignoring? Attachment in yin yang in reverse. Okay, I'm going to have to get a clarifier on that. Attachment in reverse. So that's like no attachment issues. And yin yang is very, very balanced. Okay, we'll get clarifiers. Interesting. They're giving me songs. Okay. So they gave me Escape, which I think may have come through for like maybe Aries or somebody. Somebody got the song Escape by Enrique. And then they gave me You're Way Too Pretty to Be So Mean again, which is that Olivia O'Brien song. What is the advice, please? What is the universe's advice for Libra? They're telling me as above, so below. What is the universe's advice for Libra, please? Rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, don't worry about it. Take a time out. The universe has got your cornucopia, right? The universe has all this abundance, all this good stuff that is bringing your way. Yes, it takes time, right? Yes, you have to be patient, which we know we're fed up of, right, Libras? But you know that the universe has got your back. You know that you're operating on a really high vibrational level. Also really noticing these two cards. So there's something going on with like the blue and the gold. So I want to say that the advice for you, Libra, is to continue operating on this very high vibrational plane, to continue to meditate, to continue to separate your energy from the energy of low vibrational people who are projecting their own attachment issues onto you, and to go above and beyond that and connect with this higher vibrational level of abundance. So showing appreciation to the universe for what you do have. I think you're doing that, and I think that's why the universe is responding to you. Yeah, just keep counting your blessings, being thankful, manifesting from a place of pure vibration, high vibration, and you've got this. Rest and rejuvenate. Like, don't worry about a thing. The universe has got you back. It's giving me that Barry James song. You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, sorry, I've got coffee. Sorry, not sorry. You know how it is. Hostilities. What does Libra know? What does Libra know? Patience. Fuck you, universe. I'm sick of seeing these cards. Okay, we know we've got to be patient, right? We know that sometimes you have to sit in the bog and defend your position. kind of Seven of Wands energy. Right? Sometimes you know that things take time. And sometimes that you know that you have to, I don't know, it's kind of like you know that patience is the right strategy. It's almost like waiting it out or something like this is the right strategy. But also being patient with people who are hostile. Like, again, not responding to hate. Like, again, go back and look at the thumbnail of the storytime reading. It's from another Kesha song. And the line is, like, it's what she's saying in that song is like, I respond to hate with love, right? It's kind of like an eye for an eye and the whole world goes blind, right? It's like, thinking of Game of Thrones. It's like, fighting fire with fire isn't going to work. You have to fight fire with water, right? You have to fight rage with love, because like water is going to put out the flame. So there's something with yin yang. It's like you understand balance, right? You understand, like, say you have a pot of soup. I don't know why it's coming out like this, but it is. Say you've got a pot of soup, right? And you've got potatoes and leeks and onion and all sorts of stuff in there, and you have a taste of it and you're like, oh, it needs something else. I'm going to put some salt in it. So you put some salt in it and you taste it and you think, doesn't taste like quite right. I'm going to put some more salt in it. And it's like you keep tasting it, it doesn't taste right, and you keep putting more salt in it. And in the end, you just end up with this really salty soup. And you're like, it's not right. It needs more salt, right? And salt being a metaphor as well for like people who are salty, people who've got like bad energy. So it's like, you understand, right? You're like, well, instead of putting salt in, maybe I'm going to put this other ingredient in, because that other ingredient is going to balance out the salt. So you really understand to apply this to kind of like social situations and just basic like physics and how the universe works, right? With that yin yang energy. It's like two wrongs don't make a right, you know, like you understand that throwing more of the same at a situation isn't going to balance the situation. It's going to make it lopsided, is how I'm reading that. So coming in with that kind of temperance energy of really understanding what situations need, and perhaps understanding when there's a hostile situation, if you respond with hostility, then that just spreads with that kind of like fire ant energy. If you know the fire ant card from the Kim Kran's Archetypes deck, it's like it has a ripple effect. Everything ripples outwards. So why would you add to that? Why would you add anger to an already hostile environment? It's, you know? Yeah, transmutation, you're transforming it. You're transforming the energy because you understand balance. So tell me about attachment and yin yang. Why is attachment in reverse? Wisdom in reverse. Owl spirit in reverse. So it feels like somebody has attachment issues that they're not addressing. Like somebody around you doesn't have like a perspective on their own attachment issues, basically. Like it could also be saying something about you, Libra, about, yes, you know things. Yes, you see clearly, because they were showing me that Queen of Swords. Yes, you see clearly, but now it's time to turn knowledge into wisdom. And you haven't completed this cycle yet. It's like you see it, but you're not acting on it, perhaps. Something like that. Yin yang. How strange that they should be in reverse. So tell me about rest and rejuvenation. Retreat. There you go. Rest and rejuvenation retreat. Go to the cottage in the woods. Go to that spa retreat. Go to that course where it's like you have to go and meditate. It's like that is what you need, right? That the universe wants you to rest. The universe wants you to go into hermit mode. The universe wants you to connect to higher energies through solitude and through peace. And that doesn't mean you have to do it literally through solitude, but it's kind of like, it's funny, you've got hostilities and retreat, right? So it's like you're drawing back your energy. You're not engaging with hostilities. You're pulling back and thinking, do you know what? I'm going to live to fight another day. I don't have to burn all my bridges at once, right? So you just can't kind of be, you have this energy of just being like, all right, if you want to be angry, you go ahead and be angry. I'm going to go and hang out over there. I'm leaving the situation, because it's like it doesn't do you and your own energy, your own aura, your own vibration any good to allow that energy to affect you. So it really feels like putting up, I'm really getting like Seven of Wands energy for you. It really feels like take the high road, go above, you know, disconnect. Don't engage in the competitiveness. Don't engage in the drama. Don't engage in arguments. You know, because people might be trying to goad you as well. You know, maybe people have this image of you as being like, I'm hearing Mother Teresa. Maybe somebody's called Teresa. Of having this kind of Mother Teresa like energy. Mother Teresa energy of you, of like, and I don't mean that in a blasphemous way, but I think they're showing it me in a way that's like, with patience, like patience in the face of hostility. It's almost like a Buddha as well, you know, like a Dalai Lama. If you think about these people who are very spiritual and I'm getting a lot of intuitive messages. They showed me, you know, like in martial arts, when you have like a little slim person and then this big like Goliath running at them, and they use their own weight and force against them. It's like they just move in a certain way where they barely expend any energy themselves, but that person who's like coming at them, like this big person coming at them with all this energy, it's like, by sidestepping it, like a bull, yeah, they're showing me like a bull now, like by sidestepping it, it's like that person trips and falls on their own ass. So it's like, you don't really have, the less you do, like the more that person's going to make a fool of themselves. But if they're trying to, I was like, that's postman, I already saw them on the other side of the street, so just delivering something. So if you heard my letterbox go, that is. So if people are seeing you as this, like, you know, it's like when people try and knock someone down because they're doing so well, because they have issues. So if you're being very graceful and very, like, just bringing love and light and kindness and that kind of mothery energy into the world, and you're just lovely, it's like, because people have so much hate inside them, it's like they want to attack that and spoil that and ruin that, because it's like they don't have it. They're not in that vibration. So it's like, I don't know, it's like, so it's like, if they're goading you, if they're trying to get you into engaging conflict, it's like you're just as bad as they are. So just keeping that, and it's just like, it's so zen. It's so like, Okay, I love it. I love to see it. Attachment, owl spirit in reverse, wisdom, playfulness. Yeah, stay in the playful energy. I don't know, go for a walk in the woods with your kids. Turn your back on it. Be like, I don't even see it. What drama? I didn't see any drama. What war? I'm just over here playing with the fairies. Okay, love it, Libra. Libra, you're so funny. Okay, it's just such a Libra reading. I really like it. Okay, let's dig in. So this is your energy that I'm reading for. Again, flip and reverse if you feel like I'm talking about your person. You know, you may feel the cards at the bottom are going to resonate more strongly with you, but I'm going to read as though this is you. So hostilities and patience. It's like, I feel like you know that you don't see everything right now. Do you know what it feels like? Do you know what that feels like? It feels like hiding in the light. It feels like this guy's like running around the forest trying to find you. And you just kind of like slip into the mist. Slip into the mist. Into the fairyland. Maybe you've got somebody like kind of protecting you. I don't know. It's like this person's creating the fog. This person's creating the fog so that you can just slip off. It's like, where did Libra go? Oh, you've just slipped off into, I don't know, it's like using the environment, knowing how to use the environment to your advantage, something like that. You did come in with that kind of chameleon energy for a while. Hostilities and patience for Libra. Whoa. Yeah. Oh God, you really feel like you know how to slip into the shadows there. You really feel like you're using somebody's sneaky behavior against them. Oh gosh, you're interesting today, Libra. Seven of Swords, very, very sneaky energy. It's showing as you. You're showing as being sneaky. You're showing as being a little bit cloak and dagger, a little bit two-faced. What are you doing? What are you doing, Libra? Again, I don't feel like it's bad. Like the Seven of Swords is normally somebody who's stealing swords from a battlefield so they can't be used to injure anyone the next day. So you feel like you're disarming people. Because swords is like opinions, right? So you feel like it's like, there's something about the fog, right? So what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at here is, you see in all three of these cards, there's like a light in the background. So here, there's like the light behind him. There's like fog and a light behind him. Here, there's like this fog, but there's this light. And here, it's like there's a bridge. There's like, this is shown as like fog to me. And then there's this bridge with the light. So it's like it's almost like you're drawing somebody. This person feels really confused, right? They can't see in the fog. So then you seem to be shining this light, which appears to be, it's almost like leading them out of the fog of hostility, is the way it's coming through. What? What? What is it giving me? It's making me think of something. It's like a scene from a film or something. Page of materials. So you're being very strategic and you're figuring something out here. There's this kind of apprentice energy to you. So you have a plan. The page of materials is also somebody with a plan. So being a bit sneaky, being a bit strategic, having a plan. I wish I had a plan. I never know what I'm doing. But she would say that, wouldn't she? I actually don't know. Like, sense of direction would be nice, universe. Right, what else for Libra? 3 voices in reverse. So getting over some kind of heartache. Why does this feel so magician-like? It feels quite Gemini, especially with 7 of voices. It's kind of... because there's this doorway, right? And she's like behind this doorway. Do you see what I mean? It's like... it's like upside down. It feels quite surreal. Okay, I need more. I'm going to do your reading a slightly different way to everybody else's. Can you see all the cards there? Yeah. Like, let's go to, because this is what you know about this situation. So this is other, right? This is not you. This is other. So they, them, or like a situation. Why is... I mean, it makes sense to be in 7 of Swords energy. If you're facing hostilities, right? Like I said, the literal meaning of the 7 of Swords is sneaking around the battlefield at night to take away the swords so that they can't be used to hurt anyone the next day. So yes, it's sneaky, but it's sneaky because it's trying to stop people getting hurt. Because there are hostilities. Tell me about 7 of Voices for Libra. There's a situation that feels like it's been a burden. It feels like it's been a very, very long journey. You've been carrying a heavy... or either the situation feels like it's been a heavy weight on your shoulders, or you're dealing with somebody who feels like they're in this 10 of Wands energy. It really has this feeling of like trying to get home for a long time, right? Carrying around a lot of stuff that you're responsible for, which seems to be why you're in this 7 of Swords energy. I don't know if this is making any sense to you. It's not making again, I've got a lot of Libra in my chart. It's not making a huge amount of sense to me. So Page of Materials, which seems to be connected to patience and foggy bog, because it's like you're aware that you seem to be aware that not everybody is showing the hand. You seem to be aware that some people are being a bit sneaky, a bit hostile. It's like you sense something in the air in some sort of way. So you seem to be coming up with, I'm hearing exit strategy. You seem to be coming up with an exit strategy to get out of a situation that feels like it's just heavy. It's just a situation that's heavy. Again, with that fog, right? Page of Materials. Page of Wands. So this is somebody around you. They're showing as being a peer to you because you're showing as a page and they're also a page here. At this point in the reading, they're It feels like you and another who is some sort of peer to you. Again, it could be sibling, brother, sister, a friend, co-worker, but on the same level, right? You're both pages. So there does seem to be this planning. There does seem to be this planning phase. You seem to be planning in a very, very practical, sensible, down-to-earth, grounded kind of way. This person seems quite excited about whatever's coming. They seem to be quite enthusiastic. They perhaps have a lot of creative ideas for what they're going to do next. But you both seem to be moving forward with something and away from this situation that felt underhand or this situation that felt like a heavy burden. I mean, you seem to definitely be being a little bit more strategic and practical. They seem to be just really glad to get out of that situation, right? Really glad to have dropped all the baggage and to be moving more freely. But you're both in this kind of like figuring things out stage. So perhaps something ending, you're not quite sure what's happening next. This person's just to be glad to be out of the situation. You're trying to be prepared. And then 3 of voices in reverse. So what's going on? Why does Libra get into 3 of voices in reverse energy? Again, this should be something that you know. This should be something that you're aware of. No, I'm not taking those. So I've got a little dialogue going with my guides. I know whether or not to take a card. This 9 of Cups, you seem to be self-sacrificing, Libra, which we've had a conversation about already, right? But you seem to care, you seem to be putting somebody else's happiness above your own. Because it has the feeling of being able to see, I'll show you the cards, the Page of Wands into the 9 of Cups. This person, interesting, you've got attachment issues in the reverse, right? Because I always say about the 9 of Cups, there's no codependency here with the 9 of Cups. This is somebody who can engage in social relationships, you know, express their feelings and things without expecting anything in return. It's a very, very open, confident way of, you know, being social because there's no attachment issues. There's no codependency. This person's really good at making themselves happy. And following their own passions and doing the things that make them feel really fun. I mean, look at the imagery of these 2 people leaping into the air. So I want to say that whatever's happening here, I want to say that there is some sadness for you. You know, do you know what it has the feeling of? It has the feeling of hiding your pain. I think you're hiding your pain because she's behind this door, right? So hiding your pain because, well, whatever this person's, it's like when you love someone so much that you're happy that they're happy even though they're not with you. It has that kind of energy to it. It's like, you know, maybe like a kid going off to college and they're really, really excited and you're really upset and worried, but you hide it behind the door because you don't want them, because you love them so much, you want them to be in this energy and you don't want to project this energy onto them. So it's almost like with this as well, it's almost like hiding how sad you are, but sending them with the gold light. It's like sending them good energy. Do you see what I mean? And this seems to be your plan. This seems to be your strategy. And I think this is why with the 7 of Swords is here with this deception. It's almost like putting on a happy face, right? Like opening the door and saying, go and follow your dreams. I'm happy for you. Go and follow your dreams. This is really exciting. I'm going to be fine. Like, I've got a plan. I'm going to be fine. And then as soon as the door shuts, it's like you're absolutely in tears behind that door, but you're trying to spare them the pain. That's exactly what that feels like. I don't know what hostilities is, really. I think hostilities is whatever situation you're getting out of. So then you've got, again, owl spirit and wisdom seems to be you, part of you hiding some kind of knowledge from somebody else. Perhaps hiding your own attachment issues from somebody else. It's like they don't have attachment issues, you have the attachment issues, but you don't want to project that onto them and then ruin whatever they're doing. It's like you want them to be happy, so you're like, go, go, go. It seems very self-sacrificing, which again doesn't feel like what was coming through in the songs, but it's what I'm seeing. So Libra is kind of blind spot, yin yang, very yin yang here as well. You know, you are the sign of balance, Libra. You could have a bit of Gemini in your chart. Attachment in the reverse, wisdom in the reverse, and yin and yang. Libra's energy, please. What is Libra's energy? Just look at that, like, portal again. I don't know, it's almost got this, like, looking the other way, like, not looking as this person leaves. You know, like, ignoring it, I don't want to see it, turning a blind eye to something. Again, you've got the feeling of, like, you know, but you don't want them to know you know. Knight of Voices. You could have some conflict. You've got voices and voices, which is swords energy. Swords are thoughts and opinions. So you could have some conflicted thoughts, conflicted feelings about this. But you seem to be picking a direction anyway. You seem to be in two minds about something, especially with this, in two minds about something, and this as well, right? But just choosing a course of action. It's like you can see both sides of a situation, but you have to choose one. And so you're doing it quite swiftly. The Ace of Materials. So you could be relocating, because this is looks like a location tag. You could be very quickly deciding to relocate. You could also be very quickly taking an offer or offering someone something, kind of almost on the flip of a coin. Yeah, whatever you're doing, yeah, I think that's why the Ace of Materials is there. It feels like the flip of a coin. Like this could go either way. I have to make a decision, toss a coin, impossible choice sort of situation. The Fool, yeah, it feels very, very, very impulsive for you, Libra. But I think, you know, it could even be that there's a situation that's time sensitive. So Libra, you really like to know all the facts, right? You like to being that kind of Athena-like sign. You like to have all the knowledge, have all the facts, have all the information, plan something properly, you know, weigh up the pros and cons in your mind, take your time to reach a decision. And then with this Aries energy coming through, it's almost like you don't have the luxury that you would normally have to make this decision. It has to be an impulsive decision. And this is really difficult for a Libra. Again, maybe you've got Aries in your chart, which would make it a bit easier, but you don't really like to be rushed, Libra, and it's uncomfortable for you, but you seem to be, in the moment, you seem to be choosing something. And just like, that's the decision. There we go. That's what we're doing. And I think the only deciding factor, the only thing that can make you possibly choose one option over another is because you want to see someone else happy. Two of Voices. So looking away. It's almost like flipping a coin and not wanting to look. And the question, what could be happening here is, the question you could be asking with yin yang and this flipping of the coin could be, do I take action or do I stand still? Do I instigate this or do I wait to see what happens? This could be the question. What's the Two of Voices? Do I take control of this situation or do I let others decide? You're a cardinal sign. You're a natural leader. You lead from a place of, this is why I like Libras as emperors. You lead from a place of trying to keep everybody happy, of listening to what everybody thinks, of getting the information, like all the information in before you make a decision. You're a very, very democratic, very people-pleasing kind of leader, which is the best kind of leader, but it's also a slow-moving, dithering kind of leader. This is the criticism that comes in if you look at any kind of politicians. So, for example, Theresa May was a Libra, and she was people saw us switching sides and stuff, or playing both sides with the whole Brexit thing, where she was really just trying to be moderate. And people saw, you know, people tend to like people who have a really strong opinion. You know, like the Aries. So you've got two Arieses. It's like, my opinion is right, my opinion is right, because people like to see in black and white. It's easier, pick a side. Where you don't like to pick a side, you like to mediate, right? That's your comfort zone. So again, depends on your Mars placement and things, your Mercury placement. Funnily enough, I was looking at Keir Starmer, who is the Labour leader of the UK. His birth chart, he's a Libra. He's got a lot of Libra in his chart, Libra, Mercury. So I was like, Libras make good politicians, right? And a lawyer. He was a lawyer as well. It's like typical Libra. It's like such a Libra. So yeah, Keir Starmer, if you happen to be watching this, you're going to be a great leader, mate. But don't people please too much. You're going to have to make some decisions, and you're going to have to stand by those decisions. I'm sorry, it's just what you're going to have to do. It's going to make you uncomfortable. Right, Two of Voices. Again, I don't know him personally. He might be a monster. Most politicians are, but his birth chart looks good. Two of Voices. Two of Voices. Nine of Wands. You're going to have to make a decision, because this situation is not sustainable. Right, it's like, it's kind of like the Ten of Wands, right? But there's no closure here. There's no end to this. There's no end to this long drawn out situation that's got everybody on its knees, unless you make a decision, or you let someone else make the decision and look away, like your hands, cover your eyes, let them make the decision. What's it going to be? But then this is a very action taking card. This is an impetus card. So you seem to be suddenly deciding to move into that yang energy of action. So what's the Knight of Voices? It could be that because this other person's leaving, because this person really seems to be getting out of a bad situation, it's almost like, because here it's like, do I look away and let them leave? And at the last second you seem to almost have this knee-jerk reaction of, wait, I have something to say. Before you go, I have something to say. And then you've got this Ace of Materials. Oh, is that one card? Yeah. This person's made their decision. I don't know if you're making an offer. Making an offer I can't refuse. I don't know, at the last second, because you don't want this person to leave, you make them an offer. Maybe you're this person's boss or something. Maybe this is a work situation where you recognise that, I mean, maybe I'm reading for Keir Starmer in the Labour Party. Somebody's about to leave the Labour Party. Is like, wait, if you stay, I'll make you Chancellor of the Exchequer. It's like, it's got that energy to it. It's like, maybe this is a work situation, and somebody's leaving because the situation's kind of is, you know, it's not feeling good for anybody. You're trying to make it sustainable. Excuse me, but you really don't want this person to leave. Like, yes, you want them to be happy, but you're like, okay, what if I do this? What if I offer you this position? What if I give you a pay rise? What if I give you a bonus? But they seem to be like, no, I've made my decision. You know, bags are packed. Do you know what? I've already given all my stuff to charity. I've already cleared out my house. I'm just waiting for my taxi to come in now. I'm waiting for my ride. Which again, I think you want them to be happy, but at the same time you don't want them to leave. So then you have this rest and rejuvenation, and this is your advice: rest and rejuvenation, spirit guardian of winter, retreat. So really kind of pulling back your energy. What's this for Libra, please? And I don't think they're walking away from you. And I think you know that they're not walking away from you. I think they're walking away from a situation that's become, I mean, maybe not for you, maybe you're okay, but for this person, it's like the situation's unbearable. The situation's really become like a heavy burden, a heavy weight for them. So they just can't wait to kind of like drop it all and go. Tell me about the rest and rejuvenation and retreat, please, for Libra. Rest and rejuvenation and retreat. Nope. Rest and rejuvenation and retreat, please, for Libra. Libra's energy. feeling trapped or thinking you're trapped, perceiving yourself as trapped. Maybe you want to go with this person, I don't know, but you can't. You know, your contract's not up yet, something like that. 8 of Swords. Libra. Justice. Yeah, no, you seem to be contracted to something. You don't seem to be able to just drop it and go, drop it and go for your happiness as quickly. You feel like you're locked into something here. You've got, again, it could definitely be work. It's like you've got a contract, you've got an agreement, you've got legalities, your hands are tied, or at least you're convincing yourself of this. Because the 8 of Swords is like, you perceive yourself to be trapped, but you're not really trapped, which is, I think this is the card out of all my tarot decks that depicts this so clearly, because she's not actually bound to anything here, but she's perceiving herself as all tied up. So you're perceiving yourself as all tied up. What's the advice? Yeah, you've got responsibilities here. You've got commitments. There's the 7 of Wands that I've been picturing the whole time as well. You know, like defending yourself, defending your position. You don't seem to be, oh, the King and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be married. You could have a business partner. There seems to be something here where they give me the Kids by Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue, where they say, you can't just up and leave me, I'm a singer in a band, well I like drummers baby. You can't just up and leave me. You can't just up and leave, right? The kids are all right though, that's the song. So maybe you're worried about kids in a situation. I can't just up and leave. I've got commitments here, I've got responsibilities, people are relying on me. Maybe a little bit defensive about this. Queen of Swords, there you go. That's the Queen of Swords that I was seeing as well. But you see the situation clearly, right? You're not being all rose-tinted about this. You're not being all running off into the sunset, following your dreams. You're like, do you know what? This is the situation. I've got responsibilities. These are the things that I've agreed to. I can't just run out the door whenever I like. You know, again, like this person seems to be off on an adventure or something, and you're like, I would love to go with you, but I just can't. Like, there's things that I have to do here. Look at this as well with the light and dark as well. Why is the 8 of Swords here? Yeah, this person seems really fun. They've got a lot of fire energy. Page of Wands, Queen of Inspiration. They seem to know what they need. They're going after their desires. Whatever they're doing, it suits them really well. Again, you don't want to hold anyone else back. So I think you see this about them. Justice card. Justice card, please. Where's the Justice card here? Yeah, this person's doing something that's going to make them really successful. 6 of Inspiration. They could be a very creative person, or they're doing something creative, or they're following their passion, but it's leading them to success. It's leading them to, you know, people cheering them on, you know, getting in the spotlight. You have the feeling of like seeing this, like watching it happen. What's the Queen of Pentacles? Again, I don't know if this is some kind of like, I don't know if you're like the boss of this person, like you see them as an equal in some sort of way, or maybe this is your child as well. Maybe this is your child, because you seem to be, it's almost like you're keeping the house warm, right? You're trying to deal with your own feelings about them chasing their dreams. And almost like keeping the house warm, keeping things running while they do their thing, but you're watching them. I don't know, there's something like that. Maybe offering them, you could be offering someone, like literally offering someone a job. They've decided to take the job to come and work with you. I don't know, because you do seem to be like leading someone out of a hostile environment, possibly to you. So either they're leaving you or they're coming to you. Like leaving a different situation, coming to you because you've taken action. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? The High Priestess. I feel like you've got quite a good soul bond with this person. I was kind of picking this up here with these, like, almost like playing these vibrations and meditating, and then you're meditating up here. And then the High Priestess. I feel like a Page of Inspiration again there. I do feel like you could have a bit of a psychic bond or something going on with this person where you're very in tune with them. You can always feel what they're feeling. So again, it's almost like the secondary experience of, if they're doing well, you feel it, right? If they're happy, you feel it, and it makes you happy to feel that they're happy. Something like that. Again, justice could be a kind of like a soul contract with this person. Yeah, you definitely care about this person. You care about this person a lot, and you feel like you're self-sacrificing to an extent, but also kind of like keeping things warm, keeping things running, you know, making it comfortable, like almost like building this cornucopia so they can go out and follow their dreams, and they have, you know, they're doing it from a reliable place that they can kind of come back to. All right, interesting reading. Let's get you a song. So if you need a little bit of extra direction, make a note of the song and then listen out for it. If you hear this song playing, just pay attention. It could be that Spirit's trying to get you to pay attention to something. So like if you're wandering around listening to music or doing your shopping in the supermarket, and you've thoughts have wandered in a certain direction, and this song comes on, it's like, what were you just thinking? It's like verification, right? Or there could be something in the lyrics or the name of the artist that kind of you get something from. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Wildflower, Wildfire by Lana Del Rey. Here's the deal, because I know you want to talk about it. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Are you making a deal? I promise you like a million tomorrows. Here's the deal. What I can promise is I'll lie down in like a bed of wildflowers, and I'll always make the sheets smell like gardenias wild at your feet. And I nourish you hazily. Baby, I've been running on stardust alone for so long. I wouldn't know what hot fire was. Hot fire, hot weather, hot coffee. Yay, team coffee. I'm better with you. It's strange, but it's true, darling. Not to turn into a wildfire, to light up your night with only my smile and nothing that burns. Baby, I'll be like a wildflower. I'll live on sheer willpower. I'll do my best never to turn into something that burns, like the others, baby. Here's the deal. You say there's gaps to fill in, so here's the deal. My father never stepped in when his wife would rage at me, so I ended up awkward but sweet. Later than hospitals and still on my feet. Comfortably numb, but with lithium came poetry, and baby, I've been running on star drip IVs for so long. I wouldn't know how cruel the world was, but I promise not to turn into a wildfire. It's you from whom I learn. So cool song. Cool song, bruh. So listen out for that. Maybe wildflowers. Maybe if you see wildflowers, if you get references to wildfires, it could give you a little heads up from the universe to just pay attention for the next week or so. And then I'm going to also get you a totem from my own deck. So again, just make a note of it and see how it plays out for you. Watch out for the signs around this. So you might see it on billboards or hear about it in music. You might, I don't know, somebody may talk about this thing. Just pay attention and watch out for this sign. So what is the sign, please, for Libra? That line as well, like, I promise I'll make the sheet smell like gardenias. It's such a Queen of Pentacles thing. It's like, I'll make the house nice for you. Libras tend to be quite aesthetic-y. They tend to have really nice houses and stuff like that, and care about like stuff like that. My house has been a challenge. My sheets do not smell like gardenias. There's crumbs in there. Actually, do you know what? I'm actually folding a load of laundry on my bed right now. The universe talks to us in strange ways. Right, what are we, what's going on here? The mice. Funny. The universe is funny. The mice. Okay, the mice are clever little characters in my deck. So I'm not gonna interpret it. It does mean something to me. But however you interpret it, go ahead and do that. Watch out for mice. I don't know if you see mice. If you are watching, I don't know, Mickey Mouse, Anytime you see mice or references to mice, pay attention. The universe is trying to tell you something. All right, I hope that was helpful. Do take care of yourselves, lovely, lovely Libras. Like if this was resonating for you, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends. Libra, something's happening in your reading. I'm sorry, I'm holding this by my hand now because I was actually uploading the videos to my computer for processing. Something's happened in your reading. As I tidy up the cards, I went from using, look at the labels, right? I went from using this deck on the top for you, and then I got to here, and I switched the decks around. The decks flipped over. The decks flipped over. The decks flipped over. So I was using these, right? Look at the writing on these up to this point, and then the decks flipped. So there's something to that about the decks flipping, because over here you have this. Do you remember I was like really puzzled by this like mirroring, like this inversion, right? So you've got this inversion here, and you've got this kind of like mirror image here, and you've got it here. So something happens there. It's like your energy. It's like, this is you, right? I was reading this is you, but I think this is you. So it's like it should be, just swapping my hands around. It's like it should be like this, right? So it's like the person who's trapped in the commitment is the person that you're dealing with. You're having success. You're stepping into the limelight and having success. It's your person that's trapped. But why did they flip over? Why was that? There's something to that. I feel like I need to like get a song on that or something. Hang on, let me just get my phone. And I've been getting all this stuff about things flipping. Like if you go and watch the other reading, the story time reading, I think I mentioned it in that. There's all this like mirroring or flipping. Right. Tell me about the energies flipping. My Life by Billie Joel. I swear I mentioned that in somebody else's reading this week. Got a call from an old friend. We used to be real close. Said he couldn't go on the American way. Closed the shop, sold the house, brought a ticket for the West Coast. Now he gives them a stand-up routine in LA. You don't need to worry for me because I'm all right. I don't want you to tell me it's time to come home. I don't care what you say anymore. It's my life. Go ahead with your own life and leave me alone. I never said you had to offer me a second chance. I never said I was a victim of circumstance. I still belong, don't get me wrong. And you can speak your mind, but not on my time. They will tell you that you can't sleep alone in a strange place. Then they tell you can't sleep with somebody else. But sooner or later, you sleep in your own space. Either way, it's okay. You wake up with yourself. And you can speak your mind. So we're back to the beginning. We're back to the energy at the start of the reading, right? Like, your opinions are not my responsibility. You can speak your mind, but not on my time. I don't care what you say anymore. It's my life. Go ahead with your own life and leave me alone. What? I don't know. Take that as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Like, there's some weird switcheroo thing happening there in your reading. That's really curious. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.